In most 42 U.S.C. 1983 complaints, a constitutional right has been violated. So, we have to go over the U.S. Constitution in order to understand where these violations fall into place. But first, let's review the Supremacy Clause. The Supremacy Clause is a key provision in Article 6 of the United States Constitution. It establishes that federal law, treaties, and the U.S. Constitution itself are the supreme law of the land, taking precedence over state laws and constitutions when there is a conflict between the two. This clause serves as a cornerstone for the structure of federalism in the United States, defining the relationship between federal and state governments. The Supremacy Clause is found in Article 6, Clause 2 of the U.S. Constitution and reads as follows. This Constitution and the laws of the United States which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made, of which shall be made, under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be found bound thereby, and anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to that contrary notwithstanding. Some of the context interpretations. 1. Federal preemption. The Supremacy Clause is the basis for the doctrine of federal preemption, which holds that when federal and state laws conflict, federal laws takes precedence. Very important. State laws that interfere with federal laws are thus rendered invalid. Right? Judicial review. Number 2. We went over this on the last one, judicial review. The clause also empowers federal courts to review and potentially invalidate state and local laws if they conflict with federal laws of the U.S. Constitution, aka your rights. Right? 3, very important. Oath of office. Article 6 also specifies that federal and state officials must take an oath to support the U.S. Constitution, reinforcing the principle of federal supremacy, meaning when an officer or any federal or public official violates your rights in which they take an oath to, you see you have a complaint, right? 4, treaties. The clause places treaties made under the authority of the United States of the same footing as federal law, meaning that they too take precedence over state laws. 5, state judges. The clause explicitly states that judges in every state are bound by federal law. Anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding. This means that judges must uphold federal law even if state laws or constitutions conflict with it. The Supremacy Clause has been central to numerous landmark Supreme Court cases, that have shaped the scope and limits of federal power, such as McCulloch versus Maryland, 1819, Gibbons versus Ogden, 1824, and more recently cases that have been involved. Overall, the Supremacy Clause serves as a critical element in maintaining the balance of power between federal and state governments in the United States.